Political Maniacs, folks. That's right. It's time for your Political Maniacs. Here's how it works. We are talking on the 20s of each hour about the craziest moments that happened this week in politics. Your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is to listen to both. Tweet in who that maniac of the week is, only on the Richard Fowler Show. So the first Political Maniac highlights some of the drama, that's right, drama alert, going down in the White House. Now, I know Richard has a little bit of secret inside baseball on what's been going on there. It's been slowly reported through the media, but the fact of the matter is...
I do?
Well, maybe you do.
I don't think so.
Well, you just tell us what you know after I roll out the story, and we can go from there. So,
sure.
Apparently, Trump staffers are having a bad time in the White House. Now, the White House, believe it or not, needs to function like a well-oiled machine. The way that Donald Trump and Steve Bannon and Jared Kushner are running the White House is they are literally just putting out fires as they appear in front of them and just checking off things that Donald Trump said during his campaign speeches, translating them directly into executive orders and shipping them out, right? Now, the White House is actually an institution, right? There is a lot of decorum, there's a lot of formality, there's a lot of tradition that has largely been ignored by the fact that right now the White House is still more than half empty, right?
That is
There
true.
are tons of core positions that help the White House to function that are still not filled. Now, not to mention the fact that, for example, in the Justice Department right now, none of the ADA positions have been filled, right? They're all filled by temporary appointees, which is unprecedented.
Not temporary, but they're staffers that are filling in as acting.
Which is what the fact of the matter is, none of the team of lawyers have been set in place and finalized. Now, that's an aside, but it's interesting to mention that usually what happens is they'll cycle out 30 to 40% of the most political appointees, ship them on their way, fill those jobs, and still let the other 60% focus on the important cases. Now, what Jeff Sessions has done has basically ground the Justice Department to a halt using our, backbenchers, if you will, to handle these really high-profile cases. So this is another example of what's going on in the White House and why Trump staffers are so demoralized. Because this is not a well-staffed organization right now. What do you think,
No, it's not a well. I mean, there's nothing new. There's not a well-oiled machine. There's a lot of departments that are utterly empty, right? I think we found out that, they're not. These confirmation hearings aren't happening relatively quickly at all. And I think when a president, that's why you have a transition period. You have a almost 60-day, almost 70-day transition period where you line up all your people, right? So you line up your AG, your deputy AGs, and so when you get to Congress and you get in power, you say, here's all the people that we want. Yep. And usually what happens with this is that as the press, and we are the press, we get emails from the White House saying, here are the appointments that, need to get, like, here are these people are going to Congress for appointments. And at the beginning, what should happen, and I'm going to my emails to see if we had any appointments today. We probably didn't, but, well, we'll see.
We'll find out.
We're getting ready to find out, right? And I'm going to go look. Nope. So clearly, I don't think we've had any appointments. Well, as though my email's still reloading here. I'm trying to give this president the benefit of the doubt. So that's why I'm going to reload.
You're going to give him the benefit of the doubt that perhaps today there was 1 or 2 appointments.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
You're hoping.
Alerted the president. Nope. Remarks. Nope. So usually what you find, like the first 100 days, you see tons of these emails of the president sends the following people to get appointed. But today he didn't appoint anybody. And there's all these appointments. He should be appointing people every day.
Right. There are literally thousands of jobs that need to be filled in order for the White House to function.
Yeah, there's tons, like not even the White House, the government.
Right.
To function. And there aren't any. This is and this is everything to do with the fact that the president hasn't there's nobody in this White House that's been there before to know what to do. So basically you have a group of people that don't know what to do running the White House. They're all campaign people, but they're not people who know what the hell they're doing. And so you don't see these appointments going. None. Wow, that's that's actually shocking. You would think, oh no, I take that back. Oh, he did make some appointments. Today he made 2 appointments.
Oh, 2?
Yes, he appointed Scott Brown to the ambassador of New Zealand. I don't know why that would come before filling your Justice Department with a assistant attorney general.
New Zealand is a highly contentious
and
region.
He appointed Holly Ham to serve as the assistant secretary for management at the Department of Education. So he made 2 appointments today, when the whole Department of Justice is empty.
There you have it. And the infighting continues with the ongoing drama between Jared Kushner, Donald Trump's son-in-law, and Steve Bannon, the disheveled guy who, for the past couple of months, has been basically running the country.
Indeed.
Now, it is basically turning into Kushner land in the White House. The word on the street is that Bannon is on the outs. Donald Trump is basically telling them, you two need to get along or else we're going to have a problem. But one thing we know about Trump is he's family first, right?
Yeah, I mean, and it's hard. Like, I mean, I would never. It'd be like, you just don't want to take on a fight with somebody's family. You're never going to win. Unless, like, they're, like, I mean, clearly Donald Trump and his family are very, very close. Yeah. Which is why Ivanka is pretty much the first lady.
It's a family business.
Jared Kushner is literally, like, there's 3 wings.
Jared Kushner is like the other first lady.
Yeah, there's like 3 wings here. You have like the Rance Privis, Sean Spicer wing,
right?
Kellyanne Conway, which are like the sort of
RNC operatives.
RNC operatives. They have their little wing. You have Steve Bannon, Steve Miller, their little wing, and then you have Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump. Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump are going to win outright. I'm pretty sure Ivanka has standing privileges to walk into the Oval Office and know how she feels like it.
You're pretty sure? I mean, I am 100% sure that she does.
Where the rest of them have to wait for appointments. But I've also, I mean, I've heard it's like, you know, it's the Wild Wild West. There's just no schedule.
I mean, that's a perfect example we were talking about earlier in the segment, right? Like, the way the White House is supposed to work is there are some designations of which people are allowed to bust in and interrupt the president.
And I think we saw, I mean, just example as an anecdotal example of the problem is, you know, this week, Ted Nugent, Kid Rock, and Sarah Palin were invited to the White House, and they were in the Oval Office, which is, you know, part of the course. They're allies of the president. But you never really see, like, if it were a professional White House, like, their picture in front of Hillary Clinton mocking her as the first, like, her official first lady portrait. Because whether you like it or not, Hillary Clinton is part of American history.
Oh, yeah.
And she is, I mean, first ladies are very much a part of American history. And so for that picture, for the White House to let that picture go out without them saying, you need to take that down, or you do not need to post that, that already shows
they have no idea.
They have no idea what they're doing. Because even though, as much as Democrats hated George Bush,
there's never allow that.
There's never, you don't see a picture of like John Edwards, same as I would argue, sort of same ilk as, you know, Sarah Palin as far as, you know, former vice presidential candidate, like in a picture when Obama won, in front of Bush, like that never happened because the Obama White House with the professionals that work there were like, you can't do that. Right. Same goes for, you never saw a picture of, I guess, who ran again? Who was Bob Dole's running mate? I don't know. Whoever Bob Dole's running mate was. Maybe Dan Quayle. I don't know who his running mate was.
I don't know.
But you don't see a picture with him in the Bush White House giving the finger to Clinton. Like, that just doesn't exist.
Well, I mean, if you understand why a professional White House doesn't do it, is because it actually makes the White House and America look weak.
Yeah, it makes you look weak, and it takes away the aura of the White House. The White House is our Buckingham Palace.
Right.
And you will never in your life see a picture come out of Buckingham Palace with like Prince Harry like mooning the grand staircase. It just won't happen because the Queen is like, we are decorum. This is about our legacy. This is about our empire. And this building represents the power of that empire. The White House represents the power, it represents America. And the fact that you would have these goons in there, like giving Hillary Clinton the finger, and your White House social media person didn't say, hey, listen, lady, you take this down right now, is problematic. The fact that because I mean, first of all, she shouldn't have been on a company, that picture shouldn't have been allowed to be taken.
Right. I mean, you have a White House photographer that will do that for you.
But it shouldn't have, like, the person following her on the White House, it should have been like a staffer following her around. No, you can't take that photo.
Yeah.